Okay. Thank you for joining me, Rigo. So, conducting a self assessment can be challenging, right? I think it's best to look at it as kind of a checklist to see where some problems may lie so that you're aware of where you may struggle and what areas you may struggle and find the room for improvement, right? So, for this argumentative essay, I provided everyone both a checklist, which we have here, and a rubric, which we have here. Okay. The checklist was for you to go through when you were done with the rough draft portion of your argumentative essay. The rubric is how you're going to be graded and will serve as the grading process for how you did from all the learning goals that we've covered in this unit. So let's take a look at the checklist really quickly. So here's your checklist. And so you have the criteria. So things like, have you provided an interesting hook? Have you stated a claim, which is the learning goal that we're going to target? Have you stated your claim as your thesis statement? Your body paragraphs. Have you used statistics or facts to provide evidence? Have you analyzed and explained your evidence? And have you included a counter argument? The conclusion. Have you restated the claim? So this is where we talked about the claim coming back into play. Summarized and ended it strongly. Have you written for your audience? Have you written in a formal style? And your mechanics. Have you reviewed your grammar, spelling, punctuation, capitalization, any errors? Okay. So I want to ask you just a couple of questions, okay? So bear with me for a little bit. So if you can do me a favor and point, highlight, underline, whatever you'd like, your claim in the essay here that you've written. Can you read it for me?
Yeah. Students should be given homework regularly or occasionally.
Okay, so you said students should be given homework regularly or occasionally. Okay. Do you think you exceeded the learning goal? Do you think you met the learning goal? Do you think you have not met the learning goal? Now let's take a look at the rubric itself. So you've got your not met, met, and exceeded. And here's the criteria for the learning goal of stating my claim. I can clearly state a claim. What are your thoughts?
I feel like I exceeded it.
You felt like you exceeded it. Okay. And once again, let's go back. You have as your claim, students should be given homework regularly or occasionally, and you think you exceeded. Okay, let's take a look at the exceeded criteria. Contains an arguable claim that develops fresh insight and challenges the reader's thinking. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit so I can give you some feedback, right? So I think you are a little bit incorrect in your assessment about the strength of your claim, okay? Now, I think we can revise your introductory paragraph and just looking at it to where you can really formulate an arguable thesis claim, okay? You've got a lot of good info in here, okay? You actually put the reason for this is that they need extra practice for perfection. Then it is necessary for homework to be given for the concept to stay with them for a long time, or else what would be the point of the lesson? Although homework is hard, on some occasions it is great for students that may not be able to comprehend or understand the subject given to them. So you have strong reasons as to why you think, the validity of your claim, right? So I think there's some room for improvement there because you have all the elements in there to make it a strong claim. So I think maybe your next steps would be to re-examine how to give your claim more strength and substance, to make it so the reader is pulled in, right? That's the hook that we're talking about, okay? So what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I feel like it should add like a little bit more for like it could be like more comprehensive, and like it could give the reader like more ideas of what
I
it's
like your
gonna be learning.
academic language there. You can make it more comprehensive. Good. Okay, because you give good reasons in your body paragraphs. I'm super impressed by that. I think it's a positive essay, and you include all these elements and just looking at the criteria for the checklist and for the rubric itself. So I think you do an excellent job. Shh.